Want to support the channel? Go check out my Patreon. There's perks like access to videos early and plenty more rewards. Every contribution is appreciated as it keeps me making great content for you guys. For more information, go to patreon.com/Maqwell.
The sea of blue, it calls to you. I'm Leicester City through and through. Leicester City now until I die.
We start the episode with a simulation against Leeds United. Easy win for us. We probably won't be able to play Leeds United for a while. I don't know why. The game just crashes every single time I try and play at Leeds, so that's always great. Southampton, chance for Leicester City through Jamie Vardy. He passes it to Yuri Tielemans, back to Jamie Vardy, and now Vardy sees Harvey Barnes on the left flank, and he crosses it in, and who's on the end of it? Not Jamie Vardy this time, it's actually Yuri Tielemans to kick off the episode. 1-0 to Leicester City, just like that. 30 minutes played, a chance for Leicester City once again through James Maddison this time around, passing it to Jamie Vardy. Vardy with some space to run in, but no one to really pass to in front of him, so he brings it to Pereira. Now it's to Tielemans. Tielemans with a lovely ball to Ndidi, flips it off to Vardy, and Vardy ain't missing from there. A top left corner finish, and it's 2-0 to Leicester City. Ages later, Leicester City on the offensive. Demarai Gray on the ball, passing it to Iheanacho. Iheanacho no one to really get to, so he brings it to James Maddison. Back to Iheanacho, who dishes it out wide to Cengiz Ünder, and Ünder somehow from that angle finds the back of the net. 3-0 to Leicester City, and another 3 points to our name. Now is the right time to promote some youth academy players. Goalkeeper Harvey Bonne and 17-year-old wonder kid James Glover. Jude Bellingham? Who the f is he? Fulham. One thing to point out today is that James Glover will be starting in his first Premier League match already, but a chance for Fulham here. Early on into the match, it's Reed, he passes it to Kearney, and now Kearney with some space to run into, and he tries to fool James Justin, he does, and then he brings it to Reed again, who just misses the net horribly. Now, your career mode star striker might be overpowered, but can yours bend the time-space continuum and teleport the ball to his feet?
But it can't get all the way. And a goal!
Didn't think so. Into the second half we go. Leicester City on the break. Demarai Gray just runs right past the fullback like nothing ever happened. And with so much space to run into, he could really just whip this in or drop it back to Ayoze Perez, who just brilliantly finds the back of the net to make it 2-0 to Leicester City. And to cap off a great year, we get another 3 points. Alexander Isak. Even though Vardy is having the season of his life right now, I do still think we should be on the safe side and get us a reliable backup striker who can turn starter if need be. The kid's relatively quick, great on the ball, and can head anything into the net with his height. 52.8 million spent. It may seem like a lot, but it'll pay off. So welcome Alexander to Leicester City. And here's the table after December. We're still 5th place, but it's much closer than it was before. Manchester City are still 1st place, then it's 2nd Chelsea, Spurs in 3rd, tied with them, Liverpool in 4th, and then us in 5th, also tied with Liverpool. To start off January, we have our rivals, Nottingham Forest.
We got the whole world in our hands.
Being 1-0 down against your rivals in the championship, not really the greatest of starts for us. James Justin passes it to Alexander Isak, no one closing him down, so he's just gonna find the back of the net from way out, and that is a fantastic debut goal for Alexander Isak. The future looks bright.
We got the whole wide world in
Fortunately enough, Nottingham Forest defense were just as bad as us, but here's Demarai Gray on the break. He runs away from his fullback, plenty of players running into the box, he just whips it in, far post for Ayoze Perez, off the chest, volley into the back of the net, 2-2 here at Leicester. Leicester City with another opportunity to score off this break, and it's Demarai Gray, again his fullback just not covering him, and he just whips it in for Ayoze Perez. Pretty simple save for the keeper, and the keeper could start a counter-attack here. Actually no, he just gives it right to Ayoze Perez, who just backtracks a bit and then just blasts it into that top right corner. No way the keeper was stopping that one, and just like that, we turn it around 3-2. And could we put this match to bed? It's Demarai Gray passing it to Wilfred Ndidi, now Isak, and Isak right back to Demarai Gray, and no one's gonna close him down, so Demarai Gray is gonna try one from way out and score as well. 4-2 to Leicester City because Nottingham Forest don't know how to close anything down, and Forest weren't gonna give up that easily. though. I mean, it's just 4-2. You get one back, you could get another one back maybe like a few minutes later. And Joe Lolly just receiving the ball of dreams from someone who I would have assumed was Xavi, but no, it was just some championship fullback, and it's 4-3. Nonetheless, we still win though, so at least we advance. Arsenal seeking redemption after that one game against Arsenal. We won't talk about that because that was just annoying. But here it's Wilfred Ndidi passing it to Yuri Tielemans, who then just links up with Jamie Vardy, and Vardy is just gonna somehow find the back of the net between Leno's legs, and it's 1-0 to Leicester City after just 22 minutes. 56 minutes in, James Maddison floats one in for Jamie Vardy on the end of it. It's 2-0 to Leicester City against Arsenal. This is some revenge we needed. And here come Arsenal through Boas Santos, but it's Wilfred Ndidi saying no. Wilfred Ndidi, he could be 10 feet away from the ball but still deny you. He gets it back from Yuri Tielemans, and then he passes it to Tielemans. Tielemans with a lovely ball to Jamie Vardy in between the defense. Now it's threaded to James Maddison, who then just drops it off to Jamie Vardy. And what's this? A hat trick for Jamie Vardy once again. It's not even surprising at this time. This man is absolutely on fire. And 3-0 to Leicester City. Another clean sheet, by the way, and another 3 points. Aston Villa. Leicester City on the offensive through Jamie Vardy, and since there is a wall in front of him, not much he can do, so he passes it back to James Maddison. Now to Wilfred Ndidi. And Ndidi spots the run from Jamie Vardy in behind the defense, and it's 1-0 to Leicester City. It's just too simple for Jamie Vardy on that one. Aston Villa with an opportunity through John McGinn, but it's blocked by Ricardo Pereira, falls to Yuri Tielemans, and now a little bit of a break for Leicester City. I mean, you see what could be happening. It's Harvey Barnes. He gets a nice ball from James Maddison, and he's just gonna slide that one past the keeper. 2-0 to Leicester City. A nice little counter attack for us, and looks like we're gonna win this one pretty comfortably as well. 7 minutes remaining in regular time. It's James Justin, a nice little through ball to Harvey Barnes, and Harvey Barnes spots the run by Alexander Isak, who gets his first Premier League goal on his Premier League debut, and just like that, another 3 points for us and another clean sheet. What is going on? Sheffield United. 2 minutes in, Leicester City with an unforced error, and now Sheffield United through Daka could start up a counter-attack. It's Diaz, back to Daka, and now Daka, he passes it to Enda Stevens. Enda Stevens crosses it in for McBurney, and it just misses the net. Sheffield United on the counter. It's now Enda Stevens. He has some space to run into, but Fofana is going to close him down pretty quickly, impressively enough. And now with nowhere to go, what is Enda Stevens going to do? He tries to pass it to Diaz, which he does, and Diaz brings it right back to Enda Stevens with some space. Now it's to Diaz, back to Stevens, back to Diaz, and now Diaz finds Norwood. Norwood tries the shot, and it's a good save by the keeper. Leicester City finally with their first chance of the match. It's Wilfred Ndidi passing it to Glover, flips it off to Jamie Vardy, and Vardy tries the near post, and it's a good save by Ramsdale. Here come Leicester City again through Cengiz Under, this time on the break. He crosses it in, it's headed out, it goes to Norwood, now to Guendouzi. Guendouzi trying to spot someone out, but it's Glover forcing a mistake out of him. It's now Jamie Vardy to Dennis Pratt. Nice little ball to Cengiz Under, and the keeper doesn't even move. It's a brilliant finish from Cengiz Under, and it's 1-0 to Leicester City, just like that. Again come Leicester City, it's Castagna. He passes it to Dennis Pratt. Now Jamie Vardy, whose patience is just waiting for someone. He brings it to James Glover. James Glover then back to James Justin. James Justin to Wilfred Ndidi. Wilfred Ndidi spotting Jamie Vardy. Now brings it to James Glover, and a great little pass to Cengiz Under, and it's 2-0 to Leicester City. Cengiz Under with a double in just the first half. Second half now, Sheffield United with an opportunity. It's Diaz. Diaz then gets tackled by Ndidi, but he gets it back. Now it's Guendouzi. Nice little through ball to Daka, and near post finish. Daka finds the back of the net. It's 2-1. It's game on. Leicester City now trying to cancel out the momentum that Sheffield United is trying to create. It's Wilfred Ndidi. Yuri Tielemans finds a nice ball to Dennis Pratt. Now to Jamie Vardy. Flips it off to Yuri Tielemans with a lot of space, who just slides it past the keeper. 3-1 to Leicester City, and well, that game's over, right? Well, it would be if it weren't for the fact that I am god-awful with defense. It's Norwood here. He tries to get away from James Justin. James Justin does manage to get a tackle, but what does he do? He passes it right to the attacker, and now it's Daka. He crosses it in for McBurney. It's 3-2. We luckily enough still get the win, but my god, what a stupid decision by me. West Brom. This match was kind of a struggle.
And it might be. Over it comes. Will he finish? Goal. Stay in front of them for longer. Increase your time. Played into the centre of the box. Dangerous ball.
And now we're into the 70th minute, where we've had about 6 billion chances already, and here's another one. It's blocked, it falls right to Castagna, now James Glover on it, a nice little through ball to Isak, and it's 1-0. Finally, for the love of God, we finally get our goal, we advance, and also James Glover with an assist. He's back. Possibilities for Wolves here through Johnny. Johnny dribbles around one player, and then he gets tackled by Yuri Tielemans. Cengiz Ünder gets the ball, and Cengiz Ünder is just going to use the beautiful vision to spot out Vardy from way out. It's a beautiful counter-attack, and it's already 1-0. Now Wolves again trying to come back from this one. It's Bilia, but he's intercepted by Jonathan Tah. Now it's Pedrosa. Pedrosa now running down this wing. He spots the run by Harvey Barnes, and it's a beautiful ball to Harvey Barnes, and Harvey Barnes is definitely going to beat Roman Saiz for pace. He then just crosses it in for Jamie Vardy on the end of it. 2-0 to Leicester City. Did I mention Jamie Vardy has already tied the record for most goals scored in a Premier League season? And Wolves were just getting dismantled by us. It's Pedrosa, James Maddison, who threads the needle between two defenders, finds Yuri Tielemans as a result of it, and that's a fantastic finish. 3-0 after 30 minutes. Way later on into the match, Wolves with a chance through Kamada. He passes it to Jimenez. Jimenez then to Moutinho. Moutinho with a great ball to Daniel Podence, and Daniel Podence gets a cross in for Traore, brings it to Jimenez, and it's 3-1. I mean, a little consolation. We lose our clean sheet, but hey, another 3 points. And here's the table after January. Pretty short month, but as you can see, we have jumped all the way into 3rd place. We're actually kind of close to the league leaders too. But to round off the top 6, it's Manchester City in 1st with 62 points. Behind them is Chelsea, then us in 3rd. 4th Spurs tied with us, 5th Liverpool, and finally Manchester United in 6th. West Brom, 35 minutes in, it's Wilfred Ndidi starting up a counter-attack. It seems like it's Jamie Vardy. He passes it to Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans then back to Vardy, and Vardy then spots the run by James Maddison, who just runs right in behind the back 4 and finds the back of the net easy like that. 1-0 to Leicester City. And a little bit later on into the match, another chance for Leicester City to possibly double their lead. It's Yuri Tielemans to Jamie Vardy, now James Maddison, short passes all around the pitch here, and now he just gets a little bit patient this time, spots Jamie Vardy making the run, and what's this? Jamie Vardy has broken the Premier League record of most goals scored in a Premier League season, and once again, like I said before, it's just February. Round of 32 action against Randers FC. There's no reason to really go into the highlights of this match. We demolished this team. It was 5-1. We had Ayoze Perez score a hat-trick. Dewsbury Hall got himself one. And to top it all off, our golden boy, James Glover, got himself a goal. His first goal in his Leicester career so far. Good old Burnley. Not even 2 minutes played in Leicester City starting up an attack. It's Harvey Barnes receiving a beautiful pass from James Maddison, who just whips it in for Jamie Vardy on the end of that one. A volley into the back of the net. 1-0 to Leicester City, just like that. Burnley now attempting to come back from this one, but Adria Pedrosa with a simple interception heading it right to Harvey Barnes, who just analyzes the pitch, tries to find someone to pass to. He brings it to James Maddison in the end, and then Maddison links up with Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes once again just carrying Leicester City at the moment on this wing. He just whips it in for Jamie Vardy, and that is a volley and a half. What a goal from Jamie Vardy, and it's 2-0. Finally, Burnley started to actually learn how to defend, because 8 minutes played, you're down 2-0. I mean, you have to have some sense knocked into you. But it's Vardy to Harvey Barnes, and Harvey Barnes, after 2 assists, finds himself a goal, and it's 3-0 to Leicester City. It's just like the Wolves match. But now Burnley on the attack through Rodriguez. He passes it to Goodmanson, and Goodmanson finds some space, crosses it in for Chris Wood on the end of it. Chris Wood isn't Ronaldinho like he was in episode 1, but he does find the back of the net once again, because I mean, every single time we play Burnley, there's no way you get a clean sheet. There's no way. Every player is like 9 feet tall. Nonetheless though, 3-1 win. And here's the second leg against Randers FC. Once again, I'm going to sum this one up, even though we didn't really demolish them, but we still won 7-1 on aggregate. There's no huge reason to really show you the highlights of a match that goes to 7-1 on aggregate, okay? Let's be fair here. But Dennis Pratt got himself 2 goals in this match, and yes, we advanced into the next round and we'll be facing Getafe. This one goes out to the greatest shout out I've ever gotten on YouTube. Jake Buckley, this one's for you.